This is it. You're finally stepping out your front door and into the world of college education. Now, there's a lot of information to keep track of, but paying attention to your financial aid student loans is key. Federal student loans are in place to help you go to college, but they do come with some responsibilities. It's easy to look at the dollar amount and think of it as free money. However, you are required to repay your loans and should know how they're going to affect you after graduation. With basic research and forethought, you can easily manage your student loan debt and keep things from getting out of control. Federal loans require you to sign a master promissory note, which covers all of your payment obligations. Now, before you start that process, let's take a look at some critical information. 1. Loans are a legal obligation. 2. Know how much you will owe. 3. Less than half-time enrollment may have consequences. And 4. Don't ignore your loan servicer. Now let's take a look at that in a little bit more detail. It shouldn't come as a surprise that once you've signed your master promissory note, you're agreeing to repay the loan. You'll have to repay the loan even if you don't finish your education, can't find a job after graduation, or don't like the education you received. Once you've signed the note, you're agreeing to repay the amount you've borrowed, plus interest. Simple enough, right? Many students get into major loan debt by not bothering to add up all their loans. Who wants to be surprised by how much they owe after graduation? I'm guessing no one. Utilize loan calculators like the one on getmoneysmarts.org to help you determine what your monthly loan payment will look like and decide if it's something you can financially support in the future. Not only that, but there are both annual and aggregate limits to the amount of money you can borrow. Imagine nearing the completion of your program only to discover that you'll need to find another way to pay for college. Remember to do the math for all your school-related expenses and try to stick to a reasonable budget. If you overborrow and get a large refund, think about putting it back towards your student loans before you go shopping. Remember, you'll be paying it all back in the end. It is possible to keep your monthly payments low post-graduation, but it takes planning and self-control. Planning on attending less than full-time? Not only will it take you longer to graduate, but you may be required to borrow more money before finishing your degree. In order to be eligible for financial aid, you must be enrolled at least half-time. Dropping below half-time enrollment will trigger your 6-month repayment grace period. Keeping this grace period intact allows you time after graduation to find a job before starting your mandatory monthly loan payments. Your loans won't just go away, so don't ignore them and trigger a domino-like effect of repercussions. Stay in contact with your loan servicers and let them know if you move or are struggling to make your monthly loan payments. If you don't know who all of your loans are through, log on to the National Student Loan Data System, also known as NSLDS, at nslds.ed.gov. They have contact information, interest rates, and the total amount of federal loans you have under your name. Be proactive with your student loans. Meet with a financial education specialist on your campus. Figure out how much you really need to borrow, and consider making loan payments while you're still in college, even if it's just paying off the monthly interest. That's a lot to digest, so let's recap. 1. Loans are a legal obligation. 2. Know how much you'll owe. 3. Less than half-time enrollment may have consequences. And 4. Stay in contact with your loan servicers. It is essential that you understand student loan responsibilities and how they'll affect you. Staying on top of things now can keep you out from under the crushing weight of ballooning student debt. Be proactive and be smart. For more information about financial aid, student loans, and how they affect you, visit mus.edu/prepare.